Audio Jungle.
Good day, viewers. I welcome you once again to Bystanders at Newsstands. I am Michael Adekunle. It is a very cloudy and calm atmosphere in the city of Lagos, and we have different newspapers talking about the same headlines for today at the newsstands. Let's go and check what's going on the Nation newspaper. The Nation newspaper is saying, "My second term plan." That's what is saying, "My second term plan." I repeat, "My second term plan." That's what Buhari is saying on the Nation newspaper. And with another headline here, why we are rebuilding IFLS house. Why we are rebuilding IFLS house. We have broken Berlin Wall in Kwara State. We have broken Berlin Wall in Kwara State with a good rider here. APC wins in Bauchi, Castina. APC wins in Bauchi, Castina. Let's look at the picture here. Very beautiful picture here. Look at the picture of President Buhari and his vice Osinbajo with a good story here. Next level 2019 Buhari Osinbajo working for the greatest number. We have our reviewers at the newsstands on today's edition of Bystanders at Newsstands. I remain Michael Adekunle. I'll be right back.
Well, as an apostle of faith, I strongly believe that no man can take fellow man to the next level. It's only if the privilege is being given by God for the man to take the other fellow man to the next level. And I see that everybody are clamoring that that Buhari should come back for the second time. It's never a bad idea, but it's also a bad idea. Because what the question is that what's the mind of God for Nigeria? Yes, because I said, what is the mind of God for Nigeria?
The mind of God or the mind of our leaders?
What is the mind of God? Because the spiritual control the physical. I get what I'm saying. And in the realm, I come to realize that if God himself chooses leader for us, we'll have a better society. And I come to realize that in the society whereby people can no longer pay their children's school fees, in a society whereby people can no longer pay their house rent, then the question is that what is wrong? Is it the leadership or we ourselves as Nigerians, as a people?
Now, as a Nigerian, what do you think is wrong?
Well, I understand that we will not throw all the blame on President Muhammadu Buhari. We will not throw all the blame on him, because even in our own domestic, area where we do our businesses, we see people taking advantage of the other. Is that Buhari doing all that? No, it's not Buhari doing all that. People are taking advantage of other. I'm a Lagosian. I am from Ekpe local government area of Lagos State, and I come to realize that even the other fellow, the ambody that left in Lagos, are you getting me, is delivering the dividends of democracy. He has left already because he doesn't have the party ticket. Are you getting what I'm saying? So the truth of the matter is that if we as individuals, we come together as one to choose our leader come 2019, because we need to vote our conscience this time around. Let's leave money politics, you understand, so that we'll have a better future for our children. And I come to realize that I've heard over time that people are empowering people at the dying minute. Why must we be empowering people at the dying minute when Nigerians are clamoring for a better living? Because people are not living well. People are not living well, to be candid. Because I myself, I have my own challenge, even as an apostle. So, but it's so unfortunate that we find ourselves in such a situation. Look at countries like Zimbabwe that are not even up to us. Look at countries like Malawi, countries like Mozambique, that are not even up to us, and they are living well. So that's my own take on this issue.
Buhari Osinbajo, 2019. next level. But Nigerians are clamoring that this set of people have not done anything. Do you think their ambition will be fulfilled come 2019 election?
It's not a new thing. We have been seeing something like this before. And second time of Buhari and Osibanjo also is not a news. For instance, before you can come back, you will tell us what you have done. In the same minister of the same government said that any government that have been, any person that he been in office for 6 months without performing, that person should be removed. Minister of Power, Fashola, he said it. And he said again that only somebody that doesn't know book will repeat a class 2 times. Is he contradicting his word by what he said? I'm not against of them coming back, but they have to tell us the truth. So they not even mention their plan. What and what again that we do, because the ones that they have said that we do, we not see the impact. Is it power? Is it insecurity? Is it works? How many? To mention but few. That we see, tell us what they have done, that we warrant them to come back for the second time.
To you, do you think they've done nothing?
For me personally, I will not say they do nothing, because whenever you are sitting there, in one way or the other, you will be doing something. Whether good or bad, you are doing something. That's.
On the Nation newspaper, we have my second term plan, says Buhari. Next level 2019. Do you think this is real?
Well, you know, Buhari and Osibanjo, who claim to be a Christian, they are the 2 people that are deceiving Nigeria today to move themselves to the next level, not moving Nigeria to the next level.
How, sir?
Because when you have deceptive mind in governance, they will govern those people to be in a negative side of life, not in a positive life of life. All this issue of I will take Nigeria to a next level by the present government, Buhari, is definitely deceiving Nigeria. Because you have been in government for past 3 years, all your promises failed. You said you start feeding the school people,
Paying
unemployed youth, we paying them, none of them. You reduce the fuel price, none of them, you do not practicalize them. Recently, you said you'll be paying youth corpers. I thank God I have some people that are serving. Yet, you have yet to pay that money you promised to be paying the youth corpers. What are we talking about? For how long will Buhari and Osibanjo remain in all this deceptive life? They should leave Nigeria alone unless Nigeria choose the next person that will take Nigeria to the next level. Not this present government that will take Nigeria to the next level. Let the people vote for who that will take them to the next level, for peace to reign in Nigeria. There are a lot of killings. There are a lot of killings here and there. Buhari said the killing will end so time. So time for how long? For the past 2 years, they have promised that the killing will end. The killing will end. Now the killing is even much. You look at Benue. There are a lot of killing in Benue. People are dying day by day. But Buhari, we kept on saying, don't worry, we endure, don't worry. Look at the Fulani herdsmen. They deceived us, saying Fulani herdsmen. Now no more Boko Haram. Fulani herdsmen is a rebranded name for Boko Haram. Fulani herdsmen, they are killing people day by day. Buhari is not saying anything. Now, he's coming up to say we take Nigeria to the next level if he voted in for another 4 years. Please, He should stop this, what I regarded as deceptive minds in deceptive government. Please, they should leave Nigeria alone and let Nigeria choose their next leader that will take them to the next level, not this present government.
Now, coming back to what you said, Osibajo is a pastor of the Redeemed Christian Church of God. Do you think what you've said now, what you've claimed, is what Osibajo is doing? Looking at him as a pastor, which I don't think he will have that deceptive attitude or deceptive mind to deceive Nigerians.
You see, today, when you are talking of religion, some people will say they are Christians, some people will say they are Muslim. But are they really practicalizing the doctrine, what they read from the Quran or from the Bible? But this, when you are talking of Osibajo, I said Osibajo claimed to be a Christian. Everybody can claim to be a Christian. You'll be going to church, you say you are a Christian just to win and get money from those worshippers. But I don't think Osibajo is a Christian. If he's really a Christian, he ought to be practicalizing it. People ought to be seeing it, say, this man is a Christian. How? He ought to have been making some contradictions. If decision is making by this present government, by the president, as a Christian, he can come out openly. President, I disagree. For example, there are a lot of killing in Benue. Then the president will say, well, whereby they will kill 200 people, they say no, they kill 5. The vice president know better, because it's closer to the security people. He invite them, so come, I want to get the real figure. Not for you to be supporting. Whereby they will kill 200, they will come back, they say they killed below.
You will support.
And you will agree. No, you come out as a Christian. Sir, let me tell the whole world, it's not the real figure, it was 200 people they killed. Do you know how many people they have killed in Benue? Do you know how many people they have killed in Jos? Do you know how many people they have killed in Maiduguri, Borno State? Do you know how many people they have killed in Yobe State? You see, during this, the other time they killed almost above 100 people in Anambra, in Enugu State. The governor was there, he started shedding tears, crocodile tears. What are we talking about? There are a lot of killings in this country. Osibajo, if he is really a Christian, he's supposed to make a symbolic contradictions. Contradicting the president, contradicting the security people. Openly, we say, no, you people are saying, you are not saying the truth. This is what really happened. Let me tell you, if the need be, I resign.
Do you think he has the power to confront the president?
Vice president play major role. How do they play major role? In the absence of the president, the vice president remain as the acting president. You know what just played out recently when he took a decision regarding monetary side of something? But they indicted him. They said because he was the vice president, he was the acting president at the time that decision was taken. I don't want to mention it now, but what I'm talking about, people should understand. But they said now he have case to answer, because he took that decision when he was the acting president. The vice president have the power, because in the absence of the president, the vice president play major role as the acting president. Osibajo have power to do whatsoever he want to do, if you really want to do it. When you look at the ball game that Atiku and Obasanjo played, it's different from the ball game Buhari and Osibajo is playing. Atiku was not a chief imam before he was picked. Atiku was not a chief imam. Okay, is it recording? Atiku was not a chief imam before he was picked as the vice president. But Osibajo is a pastor in the regime before he was picked. So you can see the difference between Buhari, Osibajo, and Obasanjo and Atiku. So when a pastor is being picked to come and play a major role in the country, you have to prove your worth as a pastor. But that of Atiku was not a chief imam before Obasanjo picked him to be his running mate and eventually become the vice president. So we should have to understand this game very well. The game between Atiku and Obasanjo is a different ball game between Osibajo and Buhari. So Osibajo should try and behave like a Christian. If he failed to do that, at the time he leave power, people will not take him for seriousness. Whatsoever he claimed to be at that time as a Christian, nobody will take him for seriousness.
Next level 2019 Buhari, or Shibajo? Do you believe in this word?
I don't know why we Nigeria we always fool ourselves. Do you understand? Especially the people who are campaigning. The only major problem that they have, I don't know. This thing is not even give us the sign of improvement. Everybody that want to come in into this government or run for another next time, they always give us what they cannot do. Since 1999, I've been hearing they will give us what is it? Works, power, and that is their only major campaign. The last time Buhari changes, he said that they will fight corruption. Abi change. That time I'm still wearing suits. Do you understand? But when this man come in now, Jesse for the 4 years. Now next level, I don't know, maybe sickness I'll be wearing from my home to here. I don't know. Because all these things are promised, they cannot do it.
Presently, I don't see where the president is taking us to. Because for the title captured this morning on the newspaper, next level, consistent in another, let's say 3 years ago, what the president really promised us that is going to do. First thing is that they promised restructuring. By the time APC entered, is the propaganda they used to win election that they are still using in continuity of this government. Presently, we are yet to see anything on the ground. And if Nigeria should give benefit of doubt and give APC another 4 years, it's going to be a misfortune to this country.
Would you tell me that in the last 3 years or 3.5 years, you've not seen any change in this country from this government?
In last 3 years, precisely, what I've noticed so far is hardship. Children dropping out of school, unemployment, degradation, poverty. That is what I see. And for now, Nigeria are so willing and they are yearning for a change. But the change that IBC promised us is fake one, real fake change. Because now presently as I'm talking, there is no dividend of democracy in Nigeria. And as we can see right now, people are willing that by next year election, at least Nigerians should enjoy more instead of facing the hardship.
Where do you expect the change to come from? Nigerians are the one clamoring during the, during PDP's regime, yes, that they were tired of PDP, they were tired of the government. Again, APC came on board. Nigerians are still complaining. Now, where do you want the change to come from?
Yes, where I want the change to come from is that presently the inflation rate is too high. There's no amount of money you hold in your pocket in Nigeria that is unvaluable. What Nigerian government should work on is standard of good living, whereby a security man that is collecting 30,000 as a salary can send his children or her son or her daughter to school. Whereby a man that is collecting minimum of 30,000 can his children have access to good education. That's what I believe in, standard of good living, not all this money embezzling. And as for APC, even all the money they've recovered is not showing presently in the Nigerian economy. It seems all those money are kept somewhere for election that is coming 2009. So this government should help us, because we are going to help by all means in next year election that this government should not come in again.
Don't you think it's better you give them a chance? I'm talking about second term chance.
Okay, if you want to give this government chance, first thing is that they should stop propaganda. Mr. Minister for Information should stop telling us that they are feeding 13.8 million eggs to every children every day.
Lai Mohammed.
Lai Mohammed. I want to know the school that they are giving 13.8 million eggs every day. I want to know the school in Nigeria that they are killing 60 cows every day to feed school children. If those name of those schools cannot be publicized in newspaper, they should stop propaganda. This APC is full of propaganda. 2019 propaganda will not help APC. I submit.
The INEC have lifted the ban on campaign, and yesterday my president Muhammadu Buhari, roll out his campaign tag second on next level. One thing that Nigeria need to appreciate is the fact that to me personally, I've seen commitment, I've seen determination, and I've seen some level of sincerity that
In this government?
that I've not perceived before. As a citizen of this country, having been born for the past 3 decades, I've witnessed, series of governments, and I've seen how our money, hard-earned money, were being stashed away, embezzled, and how a lot of infrastructural projects were totally abandoned. Nigeria was put in a moribund situation, and you can see for the past 3 years, fine, the economy is not picking up because we have failed. The economy is not at its crest because we have failed for the past to do what we're supposed to do, and that is my point. And the next level, you can see the president said that he's going to invest. His focus is going to be on corruption, which is one of the things that have damaged Nigeria so far, and on education as well, and also on job creation. So,
talking about the issue of corruption,
yeah.
we've known the president to be a fighter of corruption.
Yeah.
But it seems the president has not been able to curb this act.
Yeah. You see, one thing I want you to know about government. Government is just like a pendulum, whereby so many things will be attracting toward itself. And one thing as a good governance, what you need to do, you need to create an equilibrium situation in such a way that, if you are talking about fighting of corruption, fine, totally corruption is not an easily thing to be fight because you want to take money from people that have, stole our money for years. These people are very influential people. They have materials, they have wealth, and they have one or two way have the society stash away, put the society under themselves. So fighting them will not be a good easy thing. And one thing I want you to also appreciate is that for the past 3 years, the government led by Muhammadu Buhari have shown, like I said earlier, that commitment. You can see the figures that EFCC have recovered so far in terms of money, and you can see in terms of property, and a lot of cases are still in the court. Most of this money, if were invested in the country so-called Nigeria for the past 16 years, I don't think we will need to be at this present situation we are.
Are the money being recovered from all these politicians or from these looters, are they being invested on projects?
Yes. You see, when we are talking about categories of money that are being recovered, it depends on the procedural process. We have some money that are still in the court that the government have not have access to it in terms of totality. And we have the money that some governments have access to it because it has been totally forfeited. Most of these monies have been used to refinance, capital projects. Like you can see, let me give you a typical example of capital project that you need to see. Go to Ajakuta, to Itakwe, to Delta. There was a railway that is now being functioning now. This railway was abandoned about 1987. That was about 31 years ago. What were they doing when they were in government in 16 years? And this is the government that have shown, like I said, commitment in ensuring that this project is roll up and is finished. You can see for the past 30 years, debtors cannot see railway for the first time in their life running effectively. And this is not ordinary railway like all these locomotives that we get. This is a standard railway. Don't forget, this railway is supposed to be the first standard gauge railway in the entire West Africa, if it was commissioned at that time in 1987. So, talking about corruption, you see, one thing the government observed is that in the process of fighting corruption, they observed that our judiciary has been porous, you understand? Then the government has changed its direction. I don't think the government have anything to gain in sending people to jail. Like you can see what the president said earlier, that Nigeria don't fear jail anymore. But they have turned their anti-corruption to what we call recovery. They are using it to recover the lost money that have been stashed away by this corrupt politician, tag PDP in general. Yeah. So I think we are on it. We are on it. Imagine you give a question for somebody to solve it for you for 16 years. You give a very rigorous mathematical question for somebody to solve, and in that 16 years, you give the person biro, pencil, and other useful materials. Instead of the person to solve the question, you stole away your pencils, you stashed away everything, and it was doing as it's like. And this is a government that came under 3 years, is helping us to recover our stolen items, and it's working, and you can see that a lot of things are coming on board. We are now running what we call an inclusive economy. If you are talking about personality, and if you are talking about integrity and talking about commitment, let me let me even compare to you. Let me even count. When Atiku was the 5th president of this country in 1999, so to 2007, what has he done? He privatized all useful Nigerian assets, and at the end of the day, most of these assets are fortunately useless. But look at it today. Let's compare Atiku with my amiable vice president Oshibajo. You can see people loving policy that are being rolled up. You can see, look at their social safety programs. Let's, for example, Empower. This government have ensured that they've installed almost about 500,000, youths that are jobless in their Empower. Talking about child every day. This will encourage school enrollment. And apart from that, look at their conditional fund transfer to less privileges, you understand, in our society. I'm talking about conditional transfer to our old ones in most of the, especially the rural environments. And talking about the trader money. And this is the first time government, especially the vice president, will be going nook and corner of the country, especially the marketplaces. Getting to the common man, you understand. A lot of us will say that this money is very small, fine. Nobody will say that this money is small, but this money, don't forget, is for a trader money. It's not for people or person like me. And you can see millions of Nigerians, in fact, 60 or 70% of Nigerians are people that are doing business with all this little money. You can do the sample here. Can't 30 people out of the 50 people that are doing business there, you see that a lot of them are doing business with 10,000. So look at the newspaper standing. If you give him 10,000, are you saying that he's not going to start business? Are you getting my point? So they are, Nigeria has been destroyed for so long, you understand? Because most of the thing, it's just like a patient that is coping with typhoid and he left untreated. So by the time he started to be treating him, you feel that such a patient might not respond to treatment in time. You see a lot of things. Look at Ajakuta Steamy has been abandoned. Our railway is fortunately useless. We are still using a railway that was built in 1890 something. You understand? And you can see what the government are doing presently. They see that to have a genuine economy, you need to improve your infrastructure, and they are massively investing on infrastructure. Look at their 2016 budget. They invested almost about 1.2 trillion. In 2017 budget, they invested almost about 1.6 trillion. God will know how much they will invest in this 2018 budget. To me, personally, we have not gotten to where we are. You understand? But if you want to compare this government to what we've been having so far, you can see their best.
Buhari is saying my second term plan, next level 2019 election. This is where we wrap it up on today's edition of Bystanders at Newsstand. I'm Michael Adekunle. You are still watching Flip TV. Bye for now.